Hey everybody, oh my lord, it's me, Dixie Longate, your Tupperware lady. This is my very first time doing a live on YouTube, so I hope it goes well. I'm not technologically that inclined, okay, because I'm not Asian, so I don't know how to push all the buttons and wiggle and all the stuff the right way, so hopefully this is going through. But if not, if not, I don't know what's going to happen, so we'll figure it out. Anyway, my name is Dixie Longate. I am your Tupperware lady. Some people might know me, some people never knew me before in my life. But hey there, Hornet. So yes, good, I'm on. Okay, good. But I'm Dixie Longate. I'm from Mobile, Alabama, born and raised. I'm down here right now. Everybody's all going around everywhere, and nobody knows where anybody is no more. I remember, because I used to travel all over the place. I have a show called Dixie's Tupperware Party that started off Broadway in 2007, then went on the road in 2008, and I've been on the road ever since. I've been on the road so long I don't even like people anymore, but I'm a neighbor, so I do what I can. And so then, of course, everything came to an abrupt halt, and they said, get out. And so I came home to my trailer here in Alabama, so I'm here with my 3 kids that are, I threw out some Hungry Man frozen dinners onto the front lawn, and so hopefully they'll be there doing some fun. Hi, Miss Gloria, how are you? And so the kids aren't going to be coming in here because you don't need to know about that. Oh, Lord. But I'll just tell you. So I got 3 kids. I got a 16-year-old, 10-year-old, and 3-year-old, Winona, Dwayne, little absorbing junior, just heaven's little angel, that one. He's so sweet. Anyway, so they're outside, they're playing. It's funny, I throw the little Hungry Man frozen dinners out on the lawn, and the heat of the sun warms them up, and so it's about 6:30, they're going to enjoy a Salisbury steak. Oh, my Lord, someone from Russia is here. How are you? Vodka. I don't know a lot of Russians. I mean, I know like 3 Russians, but they do this thing there. They're real good. They can stand on a table with one leg lifted like this, and they go, look, and then you're like, okay, whatever you just did. And then I get on a trampoline and jump up and try to join them. So it's really fun. So homeschooling is hard. I'm going to talk about that, Stephen, because homeschooling is hard because normally, I'm out on the road, and then I don't have to see my kids except for the times that they call me up and they're like, hey, mom, or, and you're like, oh, gross. And then you're on the computer, and you see them and you go, hi, what are you doing? Why is there a bloody handprint on the wall? Why is the cat missing a leg? And then I'm like, I'm going through a canyon. I can't hear. And then I just shut the laptop and I stop talking because it's such a hassle. And now I'm home with them and they're stuck. Oh my Lord, I got to homeschool. I'm going to teach them things. Got to learn them. They're always asking me questions. So, Mom, why aren't you up yet? It's 2:30 in the afternoon. Mom, why is that vibrating sound always going on in the bedroom? Mom, can you make me breakfast? And I was like, never heard of it. So it's hard, with kids being home and everything. Because normally what you do is you take the kids and you shove them into a bus in September and you're like, bye. And then 9 months later, you may get them back if you're like lucky, whatever. And, but no, so now that they come home, they shove them in my, they're like, remember them kids? I was like, I tried to forget them. I took all the pictures out of them and everything, from around the trailer. And they're like, oh no, well now you got to be able to take care of them and you got to learn them things. So I was like, I went through 4th grade and then I had to drop out of school on account of the fact, well, I had to help my mama do things, because she's not that ambulatory. She's always in that big medical bed, everything breathing into a tube and all that. But I'd take care of I kept getting in trouble at school, so they always got. I'd always get sent down to the principal's office for things that had nothing to do with it. It was always the Sculler twins there, so I was getting me in trouble. And then I'd go down and I'd have to talk to Principal Jackson, but once you go black, I didn't get through that. And then now I'm having to sit here and help my kids learn them and everything. People from Indonesia, oh my Lord, from all over the world. How are you, everybody? So for me, this is very different having the kids. And I know some of y'all, I know I'm talking to mostly homosexuals, but I know some of the homosexuals didn't learn from our suffering. So you're like, oh, I want kids. No. So now you have kids. Now you're learning how hard it is. I mean, the reason we suffer is so that you don't have to. Didn't you ever hear that from your parents? I want your life to be better. Oh, now you have kids. Now you know what it is, right? They're stuck in with you. You got to learn them everything. You don't have many puzzles to be able to do puzzles every single day. And now they've gone through every issue of Highlights magazine that you got from the dentist's office, and they always have the puzzles are always done, right? And it's just so they're like, find the cat. And you're like, it's here. It's a picture of the cat. Why am I looking that hard? And then there's the last thing you can ever find, which is the boot. And you just look up in the tree, you'll find the boot. The boot is always in the tree. That is like a good lesson in life. If you're looking for a boot, it's probably up in a tree. Because there's people like that climb up into a tree and they'll have sex with each other because they're like, don't want to be discovered by, the law or whatever. And they're like, oh, I'm doing it up in the tree. And then they fall down and then they finish because they're Christian. And they're like, oh, I'm done. But then like the boot was in the tree when they started because they fell out. And now the boot's up there and you can't get a boot out unless you call that fire department man. And then he comes over and he's climbing up. You're like, can you get my boot out of the tree? There might be a cat up there too, And then you got to explain to him why you're having sex with somebody else and not just him. And then he gets real moody and it's like, I'm not going to put out your trailer if it's on fire. And you're like, well, I didn't light nothing on fire, so don't even worry about it, But you want them to be able to come out because there's nothing better than like a fireman sliding down a pole and coming to beat you. And he's like, hey, I'm here with a hose to put out your fire. And you're like, Let's do it. So that's always a good time. But then anyway, so the whole point is it's hard to have kids because then you got to learn them all this stuff. And so I give so much credit right now to any teacher that is trying to do online learning with them and everything. I sit my kids in front of the computer. I'm like, watch this thing, but then they're going to go in my browser history. And that's a pain in the ass. But so just a little bit about me. I'm from Mobile, Alabama. I started selling Tupperware a long time ago. I'm not going to be talking about Tupperware. I'm going to be talking about the good fun things. Okay, but that's how a lot of people know me is from a Tupperware party. So I'm here all over the world now, and that has salam. If you put an I at the end of it, it's salami, which is delicious, and I put that in my mouth a couple times. People are so sweet; they're saying nice things to me on the thing. So so I'm here in Alabama now. So I don't know where I'm going to be back on the road. But then Hornet called me, and they're like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, drinking. And they're like, "You want to come on the thing?" And when someone says "come," you say, "How? Hi." Or something like that. And so I said, yeah, I'd love that. That'd be nice. Well, Thomas, if you need some Tupperware hooker, I'm here to set you up. But okay. And so this is what happened. So I ended up doing this thing, and they said, how you're going to be talking to some of the LGBTQ community. And I'm like, I can't wait. Because I've been around, met a lot of people. Like, I'm a straight lady from Alabama, but I've met so many nice homosexuals in my travel around the world because all I want is lube and glitter and good times. And I don't know why anybody has a problem with any of that. Ferret, there's somebody named Ferret. That's so sweet. There's a little animal named Ferret that's about this big. It's got a tail on it and it sniffs real hard. But I like it. But the community is so nice. Stephen, it's true. The community is so nice. Everybody's been so neighborly to me, and they just want good things out of the world, and everybody's like going against them and everything. I will support everything you do. I won't get up early enough to like make a sign, but if there's a march and it ends at a bar, I'm there. So I think that's what I like most about y'all. Y'all are like, hey, well, let's go do something good. And you're like, it ends at a bar. I'm like, yes, all of it. Absolutely. Every day, all the time. So that's fun. But we'll open up. Look, might as well start drinking now because it's a happy hour. Now, look what I'm drinking today. It's called house wine. It's specifically formulated to be able to be drunk in a house because you don't want to have this in the car because then you might spill it. Unless you have a Tupperware sippy cup. Now, I'm going to learn y'all. I'm going to put normally this looks like I'm drinking a soda, but no, it's wine today, which is good for you. It's good for the skin because the doctor says got to keep hydrated and all that stuff. So I go ahead and put this in, and I'm putting it in my little sippy cup with a straw seal in it, and that's great because it's got a little vagina hole in it, and then you stick the straw in it, and then you can suck through it while you're driving because there's nothing worse than when you're like drinking and driving, and then you hit a baby or whatever, and then you not only spill your drink, but then you got to clean the front grill of the car where you hit the baby, and then you're like, oh no, so now I got to clean two things. I got to clean what's outside, and then I got to clean what's inside, and that's just a pain in the butt, and I don't have that many brushes, So cheers, everybody. I hope you're having a good happy hour with me and everything. Oh, that's nice. Jesus is awake. Okay. But so wherever you are in the world, I appreciate you joining me and coming on and having a little bit of fun with me. I'm just going to share some stories about what's going on, what I'm doing, what's happening. And I hope everybody, Jose Garcia, pretend this is Margarita. Hola. I love Mexican. Food, people, all that stuff. All of y'all, great. I love them. You're so amazing. Anyway, but so yeah, so that's my little happy hour. And I'm from Mobile, Alabama, and I know people are like from all over. So I don't know if you've ever been in Mobile, Alabama, but if you haven't, good for you. But if you have, okay. So Alabama gets a bad rap. I mean, a lot of people think about big thing about us is like, oh, you're like last in education. That's Mississippi. So we're better than Mississippi. And they're like, okay, well, you aren't good with the LGBTQ rights. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but I like y'all people. And they're like, oh yeah, but you get people in the Senate that probably suck little girls. I'm like, yeah, I didn't vote for the people. And then, but if you squint real hard, Alabama's a great place. And I'm going to tell you a couple things about Alabama that I love. Okay, first of all, I don't know, should you know this, but Alabama is the birthplace of Mardi Gras. And a lot of people don't get that. Look, Florida, somebody from right banana. Look, because I'm nearby Florida, near where the Panhandle is, so it'll be nearby. So y'all share a lot of things with me. And you know how this is, because what happens is Alabama is where Mardi Gras is, but then they stole it and they put it in New Orleans. And New Orleans, everybody thinks it started in New Orleans, but it didn't start in New Orleans. And that's why Jesus keeps flooding them all the time, because they stole stuff. And he says right there in the Bible, don't steal your crap or whatever. It's in the 10 Commandments. It's in 1 Colossians chapter 2. And it's real good. It's a real good part of the Bible. It's my favorite part. Well, my favorite part of the Bible is that part where, when Jesus turns water into wine and then you start drinking. I join along and I drink and then I black out, and then I have to go back and read it again because I don't want to miss nothing, And so I just keep going through that part, and I can't seem to get past it. But it's real good because he's like, "Oh, I made wine for everybody," and I'm like, "Oh yeah." And I hear there's like another part where he does wine later. Well, I saw the movie, so I already sort of spoiled it. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna die. Have some wine or whatever." And so, but I haven't got to that part yet. But I know it's coming up. I just have to sit down on a Saturday and just be like plow through it. But I do it at some point. But I'm real busy, and so Alabama is where birthplace Mardi Gras. And I don't know, should you know this, but we have one of the best New Year's Eve celebrations. This is the thing about New Year's Eve. Like, everybody goes to New York. They love that big ball drop in New York. We have something like that. It's called the Moon Pie over Mobile. It's so fun. And what it is, y'all know what a moon pie is? It's the single best thing you're ever going to put in your mouth. And I know I'm talking to homosexuals, so trust me. I know what I'm saying. It's one of the single best things you're ever going to put in your mouth. It's chocolate and marshmallow and like little graham cracker, and it's all put together, and you put it in your mouth, and you're like, oh, delicious. And then they have like banana kinds, and then other kind of kinds that they get now, so you can put some in there. And they have like key lime pie. It was a special. They don't have it anymore, but it's come in and out. Remember? And so basically what happens is they do this big moon pie ball drop. So what they do is you get downtown, and there's this giant hotel in the middle of downtown, and they put this on a big old rig, on a big old crane, and then they just drop banana moon pies, they drop this big old moon pie down about midnight, and then when it gets to the bottom, they splash, Happy New Year on the side of the building, and then Sister Sledge sings, "We are family." Which is weird because neither Moon Pies nor Sister Sledge are from Mobile, so I don't know how we ended up with it. But it's super fun. So you go all day. You tailgate, you do fun things, you go down there, you have the best time, and everybody's just having a good playing games and playing cornhole, which apparently is real different in the gay community, I found out. I don't think you're supposed to play that with the beanbags. So anyway, so I'm down there, and I do it all the time. But this particular time, I was in, like last year. So we was going there. I was there with my best friend, Georgia Jean. And so we decided what we was going to do is we're going to get ourselves a hotel room. So the hotel rooms there are real nice, but they're real expensive on account of the fact that it's New Year's Eve. So we checked in when we just didn't want to be around all the people and all the melee. It was just too much this year. So we said, okay, let's go ahead and check into a hotel. So we get a hotel, we go up there, and then what happens is, okay, you got a bunch of people in a party and everybody's drinking. Okay, when you've been drinking and then the room is spinning, and the room is spinning because you've been drinking, and then people are screaming, but you don't know why they're screaming because you've been drinking, and the room is spinning, but they've been screaming, and you don't know why because the room is spinning because you've been drinking, but they're still screaming, and you don't know why they're screaming, and then they're screaming, and you're like, oh my God, well, they're screaming. Is everything okay? And you don't remember because you've been drinking, and the room is spinning. And just I want to keep you in mind that Alabama is the #1 place in the entire United States for alien abductions and UFO sightings. So if you've been drinking and the room is spinning, and everyone's screaming, and you don't know why they're screaming because you've been drinking and the room is spinning, but they're screaming, and then a 55-foot moon pie descends past your window. Holy shit, I almost pooped in somebody else's mouth. I was so scared. I've never been so scared in my whole entire life. Hi there, smartest man. Look, but it was so scary, but I didn't get my cleaning deposit back. But it was super stinking fun. So it was really stinking fun. So the next time I'm going to do it, you all come with me and do it because that'll be fun, right? So but that's some good things about Alabama that you might want to come down and look about, because like all y'all, see, a lot of people, gay people always do these great things there. I was like, oh, I'm going to do a very exotic vacation. I'm going to do something real crazy. And I know right now everybody's going crazy because you got to stay inside. And let me just say something. Stay the hell inside, because everybody right now is like, oh, I want to go out. I want to do stuff. And some of the governors are opening up things that like, let's go back to the gym. And you're like, oh my God, I gotta go to the gym. You're like, okay, but hold on, because this is the problem. If you end up going now, if you end up leaving, you're gonna get sick. And I don't want you to get sick, because you gotta listen to the scientists and what they're saying. Because if you get, this is what's gonna happen. If you end up going out, you're going to get sick, and you know what's happening? People are getting sick, and then people never see them again on account of the fact that friends and loved ones can't go into the hospital. So you're hearing stories about these people that got sick, got put in the hospital, and then all of a sudden they can't see anybody, and then they end up dying without being able to see their loved ones. So they give them like an iPad, and then you got to do your last goodbyes to people when you're like incubated and everything, and that's so sad. And you know what's going to happen? Because now your friends can't get together and go clean out your apartment. So if you die, what's going to happen is this. Your parents are going to go inside, okay? Like your mama and your daddy going to go inside your apartment or your house that you used to have before you passed away, and they're going to get all your stuff. They're going to be like, ooh, look at all this nice stuff. Well, I can't possibly wear all these pretty outfits on account of the fact that they're so highfalutin, and I don't have anywhere to go as a parent that's so nice. So what they're going to do is they're going to give you really nice outfits. They're going to give them away to the Goodwill, right? You're going to be like, oh my Lord, they're giving away all my Gucci and my Prada to the Goodwill. That's sad, because then you're not going to have a better word no more on kind of fact that you're not alive. And then they're going to see like all your books and all your computers and electronics. They're going to be like, you know what, let's make a donation to the library. And then they're going to put all that stuff in the library. You know what's going to to happen? That computer is going to end up sitting there in the middle of the story section where the stories are told for the little kids at the library in the afternoon. And then you know what happened? They're going to be reading some book like Mrs. Tingles Wants to Comb Her Beaver. And then if you're a lesbian, of course, they're going to go and look at Beaver. And you know it pops up as soon as you do that on a lesbian's computer because they didn't clean out the browser history. But what if it's going to be a homosexual man? You know what's going to happen is they're going to do that connection. One thing connects to another. When you go on Google and you look at something, they give you all these different search options for things that you didn't even know was connected. So you're going to put in Beaver. And then it's going to go to waxing because all the gay people want to wax themselves to look all sleek and shiny. And then waxing's going to go to Brazilian because that's where everybody waxes is they get them Brazilians. And then Brazilians are going to end up being porn because have you ever watched Brazilian porn? Mm-hmm. You know you have, even if you think you haven't. Because I tell you what, everybody on earth saw that trailer for Two Girls, One Cup. And the last thing you want is to be sitting there dead on the doornail. Then go ahead and your parents get a call from the library saying, why is Two Girls, One Cup popping up on this computer when we just look for Mrs. Tingle Wants to Comb Her Beaver? Because your browser history didn't get cleared by your friends because they couldn't get in to clear out your apartment on account of the fact that you did and you couldn't give a last right testament. So stay the hell inside. I don't want that to happen to all y'all. That'd be sad. That'd be sad. And I don't want you to be sad. And the other thing, what's going to happen? You're going to have all these dates. All these people that you hooked up with, you know what? You're getting ready to do it and then all of a sudden you can't do it because you got the cronus and then you're going to go in the hospital and then all them dates are going to be like, we were supposed to meet somewhere. And then you know what's going to happen? They're going to call me. And they're going to be like, you're so pretty. I'm going to be like, I know. Jesus was in a good mood when he made me. And they're going to go, okay, you're pretty and everything, but now everybody wants to get up on you and jump on you like a trampoline. And I'm like, I know, I get it. It's true. But then I don't have my dance card so open up that I can take over all the people that I need to have sex with and the same people that you have to have sex with at the same time. That's going to be crazy. And I mean, I know I'm pretty, I know I'm tall, and I know I'm real limber in the summer months when I stretch out more than normal. But I know that's coming up, but I don't have time to carry all my kids and then take all my dates and then take care of all your dates as well. I don't want your sloppy seconds. And then the other thing that's going to happen, look, you think about this. Anne Frank, what? Anne Frank was in that damn attic for 2 damn years, and she didn't bitch about nothing. Oh, she stayed in there. She didn't have no friendship bracelets to make. She didn't have no puzzles to do. She didn't have no FaceTime to talk to anybody. And you're doing it after a couple of weeks, you're going crazy. Oh, my Lord. And what happened to Anne Frank? Well, she died, but she did get a book deal, and that book has been translated into like 93 languages, and so you can still read her book and sympathize with her. But you know what book is not going to be translated into 93 languages? The one you didn't write, because you're on the account of the fact that you got sick and died. So don't do that, because you got to write your book and tell your story. So that's why you got to stick around, because otherwise you're going to be like, I didn't get to write my story, and then people are not going to know who you are. And then here's the worst thing. Do you know what's going to happen if you get sick and die? If you go out and you get sick and die, Gucci's going to come out with a new collection of great crap. And then you're going to be like, oh, I need to add that to the stuff that I was going to wear all the time before my parents put it all up in the Goodwills. And then you're going to be like, oh, I can't buy nothing from Gucci no more because I'm not here and I don't got no money. And then I can't get anything. And then Gucci's going to make all these beautiful clothes. And then you're not going to be able to buy them. And nobody's going to be here. And then they're going to be sitting there empty. And nobody's going to come into Gucci. Gucci is going to close on account of the fact that you are going to get sick and die. Don't do that, all right? Because then, how sad is that? Gucci's going to close. And then you know what's going to be on 5th Avenue? A big old empty thing right by Trump Tower. Trump Tower is right next to Gucci. And you know what? I'm just here and there trying to save the Republic. Well, because Banana Republic is right next to that, and they're going to try to get in there, too, because it's a great retail space, so you want to make sure you get in there. And what are you going to do? You want to close Gucci down because you went sick and died? No, stay inside. I'm telling you, I'm just trying to be neighborly. I'm a mama. That's what I do. I got 3 kids I got to take care of. Now, those kids can go out anytime they want. I mean, I'll put masks around them. Like, I'll tie a tourniquet around their head and be like, yeah, go into traffic or whatever. But that's because kids are supposed to be resilient, and they bounce real good sometimes when you push them off a truck. But it's not for y'all, so don't do that. Yeah. Anyway, look, and then the kids, there's always like, ooh, hey, there's all these things you got to do, because people are going looking for ideas and fun things to keep doing it, all right? So let me tell you about some fun things I've been doing with my kids. First of all, get some books. I know a lot of you say, this is the thing, everybody says, oh, my stars and garters, if I have the time, one day I'm going to do ... Well, hell, you got the time to do it. We've been picking up books and reading stuff. First of all, I was cleaning everything out. I was cleaning and I found my Men of Mortuary Science calendar. It's 2006. Amazing that they didn't make another one of these, you know, because it's all these people that buried people, isn't it, son? Probably not from the Cronus, but, you know, you're like, yo, yeah, oh, yeah, change my tire. I got to get to the church on time, you know, yeah, all right. Oh, you know, a wet corpse contest right in there. Oh, this one's sticky. Oh, come on now. Come on, Mr. April. Yes. Okay, so if you're gonna get buried, look at the Men in Mortuary Science Counter. But then I got all these other books, and I've been helping my kids read them. You know, we did all these things. We got Disney with his quotable quotes. So we're looking at some of the quotes in Disney, and always uplifts everything. You know, like a dream is a wish your heart makes. It's a great Disney quote. You know, read some good ones. We're closed. Well, that's kind of topical. So that's it. So we go through the different quotes from Disney. That's a fun book to do. You know, there's this one's fun. Mama knows where the kitchen knives are hidden, so don't piss her off. Mystery novel. Like this one. Images you shouldn't masturbate to. Now this is a good one because this is just like, I mean, come on, who's gonna look? Come on, ready? Like who's gonna masturbate to this? Here's like, I mean, come on, look. Here's a bicycle seat that's all wonky, and then just a mannequin that's got his torso cut in half. All right, come on, look here. A stuffed koala in a sanctuary, and salt. I mean, you got to find these books that were sitting on their shelf. You never knew what to do. Oh, 3 lesbians sitting on a hill eating bacon. This is the first one. There's like 3 in the series. I haven't read them all yet. I'm so excited to get on this one. But so there's all these different things that you can go ahead and do. All these different, you know what? I'm learning online how to do things. Like I crocheted. I figured, you know, my meme, I'll learn how to do all this stuff. So look, I crocheted some toilet paper because you never know when you're going to run out. So this way it's both decorative and useful. And you just throw it once in the rinse cycle and it's going to be fine to use again. So I'm never going to run out of toilet paper. So that's really smart. So you got to find these ideas of what to do. You know what? And then, like, here's something that has been, I've crocheted or I've knit myself a little mask. And then this way, if I'm going out to see somebody, I just put on my little mask with a little nose on it. And then like, oh, look how pretty I am. All the pretties. That's what I am. And then this is the kind of fun. What you do is you take a little mason jar and you put little things in here every day. You throw in a little thing to do. You can be an activity, or what I do is I put on a little memorable thing that I enjoyed doing that day. And then I'm not going to look at it again. I'm going to go through the whole time till this coronavirus is over, and then I'm going to take them out and be like, look, at least I did something and accomplished something that day. Like, I probably had sex with somebody. Oh, I had sex. Okay, so the Wi-Fi guy came over the other day to fix the Wi-Fi, and he called me up. He's like, you know, I got a window to come in, like 12 to 2, and then 2 to 4, and 4 to 6. Which window should I come in? And I was like, probably the one in the bedroom so you don't disturb the kids, you know, and because otherwise they'll talk about stuff. They'll tell everybody. And then he didn't. He knocked on the front door and he came in. He's like, I need to toggle your switch. And I was like, okay, and not in front of the kids. And he's like, where should we go? And I'm like, the bedroom. Like I told you on the phone, what's wrong with you? And we went in the bedroom and he was like, I need your box. And I was like, obviously. I'm like, it was very direct. And so I started taking off my robe and he goes, no, the electronic one. I was like, okay, so I went to the bedside table and opened that up and got the one with the batteries go in, and I turned the batteries are discharged because my daughter never returns things with the batteries in them. God, you know, it's a Christian thing to do. Wipe it down and return it with batteries full. And so I put the batteries in it, and then he goes, no, the one that says AT&T on it. And I was like, oh, that. It's a totally different room. So we went outside and we got that, and he fixed it and whatever. And then he was like, oh, bye. I was like, why did I get through all this stuff and reboof and dish and take care of myself and put rose petals right up on the bed if you're not going to do what I asked you? I said come in the window. Yeah. I know I should get the rechargeable ones, Catherine, but the problem with the rechargeable ones is on account of the fact that I live where all that, you know, when the storms blow in and then you lose power and then your rechargeable batteries go down and then you can't use it. And there's nothing worse than being in the middle of sex and all of a sudden, and it just stops. Isn't that the worst? That is the second worst thing that can ever happen during sex. The first worst thing that can ever happen during sex. You ever walk in on your parents by accident and you're like, oh no, and then they're doing that thing like he's riding her like a Palomino in an Anheuser-Busch commercial, just like, yeah, like that. And then you look at it and there's that one part, you're like, no, you know, your eyes are bleeding. And then there's the other part of you that is like, I really should stay and give notes because they're doing it so wrong, and you know her hip is going to be hurting so bad the next day, and you don't want her to be walking around like this when she's going to church, and so you like stay, and then but they're never like focused on you, and you're trying to like you got to brace the into the bed and put your leg on the floor, otherwise you're not going to be able to do it. She's going to roll over, she's going to hit her head, and then you're trying to do it in parts like when they're not grunting so they can hear you, and then I was like just trying to make pictures, and I'm not really a good artist. I'm terrible at Pictionary, and so I'm trying to show. it was such a hassle. And so I was like, you know what? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go outside. I'm going to write some notes out. I'm going to put them up on the door on a post-it. And then when you get to it, you get to it. But like, oh, yeah, like write it like a Shetland pony in a county fair. It's the same thing. I do. Oh, have you ever been to a county fair and you do that thing where you go into a house of mirrors with a bunch of guys and they spin you like a bicycle tire and then you get real disoriented for a minute. You're like, wait a minute. Wait. Where's the one that tastes like root beer? Don't you hate that? Because you're always looking at the wrong one then, and then you get the one that looks like, it tastes like chili beans, and you're like, Viva la Mexico. Okay. And another thing I want to tell you right quick is this is real good. So you do some crafts, make some things, find some things to do. There's so much stuff online to keep you occupied. But I want to know, one of the things that I was doing, I was talking about the other day when I talk, because I do a happy hour video a couple times a week on my Facebook page. So if you want to go find me there, you can find me there too. But I do this little thing called compliment box. I saw this at a salad place in Denver, and I know it's the smartest thing in the world. You know, because everybody's got a complaint box or, you know, give me your comments and everything. I was like, I don't want that set right by the cash register when you go up everywhere. They're like complaints. I'm like, give them a compliment box. And so what we do is we write a bunch of compliments in here. I do this with my kids. We write a bunch of compliments. And then when we're feeling sad or glum or lonely, we go ahead and pull a compliment out. Now, if you're living alone, it's all right. Just sit down, make a bunch of compliments, throw them in here. And when you need a compliment, you just walk over and then like find what you like. Oh, here's one. Here. Okay. I love your hair when you wash it. That's nice. Isn't that nice? Because people aren't doing all that stuff right now. So that's fun. Look, you helped mommy organize all the liquor bottles by color. We played the most fun game the other day. We played this game where what you do is, I was like, how many full-size liquor bottles can you find under a queen-size bed? And so all the kids go down on the ground underneath my bed and they fish out all the liquor bottles. And like half of them still had stuff in it. So I had them color code them and then restock the bar, which was awesome because I didn't have to bend over and wrench my back and they got it all done for me. Now, some are still learning colors and it's hard because some things like vodka is the same color as gin, for example. And they're like, how do we tell the difference? I'm like, by taste. And then they start opening it. And the 3-year-old is terrible because when he drinks, he gets all wonky and he just shakes a lot. So I was like, no, don't do that. Okay. And lesbian. It's spelled wrong, but I don't want to push my kids. They're young, you know, they'll learn in spelling class. But lesbian, I don't know if that's a compliment or just so much a statement. Okay, that's in the compliment box. I want to pee. Just the letter P. I want to pee. Well, good. I hope they did that. And I hope they did it inside because we have plumbing inside now. You know, there's nothing worse than going and pooping outside and then the neighbors call and the social worker comes over. Now, today you were kind enough to wear, pants. Look at that. And you can feel it anything on the back. Oh, today you're kind enough to wear pants. That's so sweet because we were. Look at that. And have another one. Today you didn't say, Jesus Christ, get out of the kitchen. My kids are signed all kinds of different names. Look, okay. And then look here. No hugs does not equal no love. Now that's a good one because right now everybody's going crazy because they can't be together. They can't experience touch. They can't be with other people. But just because you can't hug somebody doesn't mean you don't love them. Take some time, reach out to some friends. Take some time, get on Skype and FaceTime. Take some time and be with other people even though you can't be with them physically. Right now you're socially distancing. And how many people have been like, God, I hate these people. Well, now you have an excuse to social distance from the people you don't like, but it don't give you the opportunity to just get away from everybody. This is the time to call and make contact with the people that you love, the people that you miss, the people that have been on your mind. Sit down, take some time, and find something common stuff. You know how you never have enough time to really sink your teeth into something fun? Well, this is an opportunity to get those relationships, get those connections that you've been missing on. It's the people that you haven't talked to in forever. They go, oh, every time I talk to you, it's been 3 years since I have, but then we pick right back up. Okay, well, pick right back up. Go and talk to some people and have some fun and be friendly and neighborly with everybody because it's going to make the world a better place. Now, when we get out of this whole crisis, things are going to be wonky for a little while, but we're going to come out better. And the way we come out better is we start now. Do things that inspire you. Do things that lift you up. Do things that share your humanity with those around you. And make sure you're taking care of yourself every day because if you're not taking care of yourself, you're not going to be able to take care of nobody else. So have yourself a cocktail. Enjoy some happy hours with me. And thank you for spending some time with me. I love y'all. And I think you're so neighborly. And people from all over the world was here. And that made me smile because otherwise I'll be alone and my kids will be like saying, Mama, I'm not going to replace your batteries and I need you to do that thing with your leg. where you hook it over the ceiling fan and spin around when I turn on the switch and you go around and it's really fun because you make that noise. And that's exhausting because my hair gets all tangled. Anyway, I'm loving all y'all. Thank you for being so neighborly. Thank you for spending a little bit of time with me. And I hope you have a good rest of your quarantine, okay? And put some quarantini right there and put it in your mouth, all right? I hope you do well. Keep on. There's some more great Hornets coming up in the next couple hours, so make sure you come on and see everybody else is playing along with you, all right? Thank you for being there, darlings. I love y'all. Take good care. Now, listen, I'm going to try to turn this off, and I don't know which button to push. This could be bad. I hope you have a good happy hour, everybody. Love you. See you soon. And say hi to me. Oh, I didn't even put it on my stand. Say hi to me. I'm on all the socials. I'm on the Facebook, and I'm on the and this YouTube's and the Instamash and everything. It's just Dixie Longate. DixieLongate. So Dixie Longate. Dixie Longate. So find me and then say hi. Because Jose, all the people that are saying being so neighborly, I want to connect with y'all because you're good people. Cooper San Martin. That sounds like a place I went one time. I was drinking one time, and I was with this guy named Cooper, and we went to St. Martin. We didn't really go to St. Martin as much as he blindfolded me, and he put water on me, and he said, "Do you feel the waves?" And I was like, "Yeah." Well, we were on his water bed, and then I was wearing that big ring that ended up putting a hole in it, so everything was doing like this. And he's like, "Oh my God!" So he kept yelling like, "Oh no," or whatever. I don't know. I was underwater. I was like, brr. It's hard to hear when you're underwater. Did you know that? It's a true story. Anyway, I'm loving all y'all. Have a good one. Keep on smiling. All right. Let's see if this works. Bye, y'all.